the really interesting thing about constellations is that they can be used in businesses too. And businesses have, you can tell that they don't know the real issues in their businesses. Because they have repeated consultants come in trying to solve the same damn problem over and over and over again. And what I'd say to a business is, if you're trying to solve the same problem over and over again, you really don't have the real problem. You don't know what it is. You think you have it, and I wouldn't want to be disrespectful to you, but you don't have it. Or you wouldn't keep spending money trying to solve that problem. It's not the issue. And so business constellations are fascinating. And I've done lots of work with ad agencies who love to do 6 or 7 layouts for their clients, and I say to them, why would you do 6 or 7 layouts? It's very expensive to do that 6 or 7 layouts to make a sale, when you can actually use constellations to tell which one your client will actually buy. And so they look at me like, you gotta be kidding me. Are you doing voodoo? And I go, no, not voodoo, but there's a market, there's a client, and there's you, and there's, what's going to sell. And you can really tell that. And most ad agencies are really gun-ho to do great creative work. But the problem, and that's great, but the problem is it's too far away from what the client usually wants. It's too far away from their loyalty system, really. So you got to get something closer to what they are before they'll stretch. And you can provide 2 or 3 ways, or you could provide 2 ways. So the ad agencies have become quite clever, the ones I work with, at being able to say, let's set this up and see if they'll buy it or not, or if a customer will buy it. Because it doesn't matter if a company buys it, it matters if the person who's going to go into the store will buy that product. So that's what you have to find, is an ad that will make the person in the store buy the thing, and a constellation can tell you exactly whether that's going to happen or not. I worked in Europe with a bank one time using business constellations, and what we really found out in 3 seconds was that they'd hired somebody 3 years ago to do marketing for them, and he'd done all the typical marketing in the world, but as soon as I put out the products that the bank had, the customer fell to the floor, and so did the bank. And I looked at the woman who was actually the head of the board, and she was in the audience, and she said, I don't think you have to go much further. I understand we actually have the wrong products. And I said, that's actually true. We don't have to go any further than that. The products are wrong. You don't have to be a marketing wizard. The products just won't sell in the market today to the clients that you have, and your bank is going to go under if you don't change that. And she said, I've got it. You can stop. And at that point in time, they started calling me the Flying Anvil. Said, go to the American, she knows how to get the answers really fast. I said, well, Americans move a lot faster than most Europeans, but that's okay too. But there are very few people in America who know how to do constellations. There might be 150. There are 7 who know how to do business constellations. I did a work for a funeral company who literally, when they set up the frozen picture of their idea, they thought that only people of lower socioeconomic status would buy the idea. And as soon as I moved that lower SES person out of the way, the other people who were middle class and higher class said, well, we want to try that too. And it never dawned on them that those people would buy an alternative way of having funerals until that moment in time. And the entire company now does totally alternative funerals. It doesn't mean they won't do traditional ones, but their love is to carry the life of the person and support the grief of the people left over through enjoying the life of the person. There have been tailgate parties called funerals now, so it's a great thing. That would not probably have been done before.